Hello, I couldn't be bothered to do a proper video. I haven't been bothered to do a proper video. You guys will have noticed this. I've mentioned it in my last update. But I'm getting a bit like annoyed at myself for that because I love keeping a memory, a documentation of like the weeks that have gone by, and I just haven't had a chance to do that. Life has been mega, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll understand why. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I suggest you do. I post on there all the time. I do lots of stories, updates. I'm actually going to be doing some of my like newborn essentials, breastfeeding essentials in the stories because I've done it on YouTube, but I just thought I would just be a bit different. Might do some stuff on my YouTube, on my Facebook page as well. I'm just finding I'm not coming to YouTube all that much. I'm not watching YouTube videos at all, hardly. I'm just not coming to YouTube. It tends to be other social media platforms. So I don't know that that's where I'm going to go, but you know, obviously once Iris is a bit older, she's snoring. You can really hear her snoring at the moment. Then I might kind of continue that way. Sorry, when Iris is a bit older, I'll probably get back into doing my videos when it's the sun's shining and she's just got a bit more of a routine and she's napping, whatever, if that ever happens. I just think I'll probably get my mojo back. But at the moment, life is just, you know, I'm definitely getting better. We're finding our feet now, but I'm still kind of finding my feet and chasing my tail. So just a little update, really. So Iris is 6 weeks this Friday. 6 weeks tomorrow. It's absolutely flown by, but equally, I feel like she's been here a long time. So yeah, she's 6 weeks. The first 2 weeks, you know, they do a lot of sleeping. First 4 weeks, I'd say, do a lot of sleeping. And I'd say from about week 4, she's starting to have a lot more alert periods, being awake a bit more. This week, I've noticed a lot more clinginess, wanting to be held a lot of fussiness. And I think that is just a growth spurt, developmental leap. It tends to happen around week 6. Feeding is better, but it's still not brilliant. But I'm just plodding on because she's still small, and I know from experience that as they get bigger and their mouths get bigger, even if they've got a rubbish latch, you know, it kind of just gets easier. So while it is a bit painful and it's not as enjoyable as it was with Albert, I'm just plodding on because I can get through it for the, you know, until she's a bit bigger. Until she's about 3 months, I notice things settle down. So I'm just trying to think what else. But yeah, she's got silent reflux, but unfortunately she's not as bad as Albert was. She doesn't have like the horrendous screaming night colic, but she does have a little bit, but not as bad. In fact, I think she's pretty chilled out. But her silent reflux it's not good. In the night, she did go through periods of actually sleeping in her bed, but the last few days she just cannot lie down. She'll end up with sick through her nose, lots of snuffles and snots. The nose sucker has been a lifesaver for us, just sucking snot out constantly. It's not really snot, it's like kind of mucus and sick. And I think a lot of that is just taking in a lot of air and her really bad latch. The difficulty I have feeding her is I have a very forceful letdown, so I struggle with that. And I have got a Hacker breast pump, which I will do a video on, or I will do a YouTube Insta story on, and that definitely helps. But even on a bottle, she struggles to take. Have to really kind of pace her feeding. So. But I trust that it will get easier over time as she gets bigger and her gut in 6 months she'll be on food, and all this from experience will just be a bit of a distant memory. So, but generally she's good and she's pretty chilled out. I haven't, she's very different. They're all very different babies, you know. And I really did think that Albert would be similar to Sebastian, but he was just the total opposite, and she is the same. So it's been really hard with 3 children, but we are, as I said, finding our feet. Every day is different, but we're getting into a bit more of routine, though I am finding it a little bit monotonous and just feeling the need to shake things up a bit. But as it happens, we are moving. So we've got our own house now, but it's vile inside. And I say vile in that it needs totally re-gutting. Currently there's a new kitchen being put in, and it needs new flooring, it needs new skirting boards, it needs a bit of plastering. My dad works in the building trade, so can help, but it'll all come together. We're probably looking at getting in there probably around sort of end of March time. And at some point we hope to extend it as well, which is nice, but hoping this is going to be our forever home, or at least for the foreseeable future while the kids are young and in school, because it's right by the school. So it's just going to be so lovely to have extra space, and I'm definitely going to be documenting that journey on Instagram and probably taking you on a little tour. And I still plan to do a tour of this house anyway to show you how we've managed to live with 3 children, but we won't need to kind of be so minimal. I will be minimal anyway in this new house, but I won't have to be as minimal. Here I have no choice, I have to be minimal because there just isn't the room. So she's currently in the sling as I'm trying to tackle this big pile of washing. Oh, and another reason why things have been quiet on here is because if you guys again follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the post in which basically I explained about Chris's health, and unfortunately his condition has progressed to the next stage. He now has myelofibrosis. We don't know what stage he's at. We're going to find all that out. We're going to head to London soon to see his consultant at Guy's Hospital. But unfortunately myelofibrosis is extremely serious and it's life limiting. How long he has left to live we don't know. Maximum around 20 years, by some miracle possibly more, minimum 5. So it's like how long is a piece of string. Oh, sorry, my phone's buzzing. He will need blood transfusions. I reckon he'll be having those by the end of the year, and at some point the only treatment he can have that might cure it is stem cell or bone marrow transplant, but it's a very risky operation, and we'll discuss that at the meeting, but we don't know whether we'll go down that route just yet. But he is very symptomatic and it's very worrying. So he's just plodding on. He's still working insane hours. His employer has been amazing, I think, because there's a law in called the Macmillan Disability Act, and no employer can dismiss someone, or they have to make work like they have to support somebody with cancer in their job. So his work has been amazing, very supportive. Oh, go away everybody. Very supportive and understanding. But Chris doesn't feel at the moment things need to change. He loves his job. He's got a great career. He's just had a promotion, so things are on the up for him, and he's just going to keep going. We've been speaking to people who are really poorly, who are really not well, and yet they're still working, but just they feel like crap, but they are managing. So, and I think Albert's creeping out of the room now. So they're managing, but we're just going to take it day by day. Anyway, I better go because Albert's creeping out of the bedroom and I need to put him back in bed and tackle this washing. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video, but please go and follow me on Instagram. It's Yami Mackin, just Yami Mackin as you see my name on here, and again on Facebook as well. See you soon. Bye.